There's Fuentes, a fixture for years on the Cuban team, then over to Argentina, now back to Cuba.
Round 3 underway. Husanov of Uzbekistan facing Aragon of Cuba. And Husanov with a lot of work to do against the Cuban, who is the defending world champion. As I mentioned earlier, these two met in the semifinals in Belfast, the last world championships. Aragon, the winner there, and in position to win this one.
And look at the size of him as well. That decided height and reach advantage for Aragon. So obviously Husanov has no other choice but to try to get inside and get close. And when he does, Aragon's right there ready to put his shots together and mix it up between the body and the head.
Very deep field in this class, and some great boxers failed to get to the medals, like former world champion Dorel Simeon of Romania and European champion Andrei Mishin of Russia.
The one thing that the 4 2-minute rounds have done is it has brought parity back to the countries, because when it was at 3 3-minute rounds, the same powers, the same countries always dominated, and now it's given an opportunity for other fighters to win, and now the upsets happen. And that, I mean, it's not always evident, but you're giving a much better chance to some of the weaker countries. There was a time when you can pick who was going to win just based on what country they came from, and now that's not the case anymore. As is evident with, you know, the Thai fighters having somebody in the finals as well, and that's almost, you know, hasn't been seen since '96.
Yeah, it was 3 3-minute rounds for many years. They tried 5 2s at one point, but seem to have settled now on 4 2-minute rounds.
I think it's a good mix with the 4 2-minute rounds, because what it's done is, and now especially with the judges pressing the button and according the points as they will instead of sitting on their hands, I think it's made for a more action-packed performance. 5 2s seemed really boring and seemed long, and the judges weren't pressing the buttons either. So I think this makes for a good mix.
And time was, if you had a 2 or 3 point lead, you could get on your bike and survive a 2-minute round and maintain that lead, but now they're scoring a lot more, so they seem to have fixed that part of it.
Yet you'll get the purists, myself included, who will still argue that 3 3s is the way to go, and that is the true test of a fighter, because that last minute makes all the difference in the world, and that's where the fighters like the Cubans and whatnot were able to dominate because of their superior conditioning. No room to cheat when you're fighting 3 3-minute rounds.
Aragon maintains his lead now with 2 minutes of boxing to go for gold in the welterweight class.
There's Aragon being tended to. Just good, smart boxing from Aragon. Nice shots on the inside. Husanov trying to get back in there, come up with the body. There was a good left hook to the head. Trying to get inside on the long arms of Aragon, because he doesn't want to get hit with shots like that. The straight right hand from outside.
4th and final round now. Husanov of Uzbekistan in the red, Aragon of Cuba in the blue. Aragon, the first Cuban we've seen in these world championships, at least in the gold medal finals. And he is poised to win gold for his country.
That 6 points seems to be the deciding margin between these two guys. That 6-0 lead that Aragon built up in the first round is the margin that the fight's been played on here going into the last round. Husanov just it seems like he could do a little more, and he's not doing it, and the referee's losing a little bit of control here, not breaking these guys. Husanov has to show the referee that Aragon is trying to hold on, and he's got to get to work. He's not working enough if he wants to make up this difference in points, the difference now being 7. Husanov certainly not working like somebody who's trying to make up that deficit.
So a 7-point lead now for the Cuban.
See, Husanov's on the inside. His hands are free, and he's just not working. And it's Aragon who's throwing the combinations and continuing to punch while they're on the inside.
Very business-like performance by Aragon, coach.
And Husanov just disappointing in this last round. He looked like he was on his way to coming back. He kept the second and third rounds even. He needed to have a good fourth round here to at least try to get close, and he doesn't look to be fighting with any kind of desire that he wants to take that. He seems to be happy to settle for silver here.
So far in the final round of this gold medal bout, the Uzbeki fighter Husanov has managed but 1 point, and that will not do it.
I mean, he's just not working on the inside. Referees, lost control of this bout. And easy win for Aragon, as Husanov did nothing in that last round to try to win it. Nothing at all.
So gold to Lorenzo Aragon of Cuba. He gets it on the decision. 17-9 the final count.
Good straight right hands from the outside from Aragon, and Husanov just happy to stay out there and be on the receiving end.
Husanov took the bronze in Belfast. He'll settle for silver in Bangkok, but Aragon will celebrate the gold. So the favorite in the welterweight class, Lorenzo Aragon of Cuba, prevails.